Hi guys. Hi guys. Hi guys. Oh my goodness. Why is it 46 degrees? Like, I know that you're gonna hate me because one day I'll be going, why is it 102? But until it's 102, why is it 46 degrees? Like, that's too cold, guys. All right, so I'm on my way to work. I'm feeling better. Coming down off this cold. Yesterday, my allergies were so bad, it looked like I had smoked like a ton of weed. I don't smoke weed anymore. I did for a long time, and I probably will again when it gets legal. But right now, I don't smoke weed. And, well, I won't smoke it. I'll do, what do they call it? Edibles or something like that. But I haven't done it in years. But yesterday I literally looked like I was like happy before 20, and nothing I can do about that. I did have an OBE this weekend. It was so good. Okay, so I used this. Oh, actually what I was doing, to be completely crazy honest, is I wasn't trying for an OBE, and after I did the Sunday show, I actually taped that on Saturday. I laid down and I was like, let's start this cleansing that I keep talking about. Now, I didn't do the pie yet. I'm going to. I haven't even gone food shopping in like over a week to get the ingredients for this. But anyway, so I was like, well, let's start by doing some Reiki. So I went on YouTube and I found like Reiki, cleaning, healing, all that, guided meditation, and but the one I wanted something with hemi-sync in it to take me, it takes me up a level. It really works for me. I know that it doesn't work for everybody, but it really, binaural beats works for me. So I put that on, and I'm laying there and I'm doing a cleansing. You do like Reiki on yourself to clean your chakras. You can do it to yourself. You don't have to go to somebody who does it for you. But you just simply like envision its color, the tone that it makes, if it was music type thing, and then you have it blossom open and then spin it. Like, and you do all this with your mind, and then you run it right all the way up to your crown chakra, and then you take like white cleansing light and just run it through. And you do feel better, I'll tell you that. But okay, so usually like a Reiki master will do it for you, but I just did it myself with the obviously I don't have a Reiki master like here, right here. So I did it myself, but afterwards it went into now rest, because you kind of need to rest after that. It's not something you can do and then just like go play golf, you know. Not that I play golf, but anyway, so I went ahead and did that, and I kicked back and I was like in my bed already. So I was like, okay, so I got comfortable and just listened to the binaural beats. But the whole time I could feel like my crown chakra and my third eye chakra was not like calming down. And it was because like when I closed my eyes, I would see like swirling colors and all that. So I was like, wow, that's like really active. And all of a sudden, boom, I was out of my body. And I was like, I was in my bedroom. I didn't go anywhere right then. And I got up and I looked down at myself, and I had on like this dress, and it was like a gauzy white, it almost looked like the stuff they wrap mummies in, only it was a dress, but it was like kind of see-through. Anyway, it went to the floor, and I started to walk out into my living room, and there was one of my guides, and this is I have a guide that is Middle Eastern. I don't know if he's Arabic. I don't know if he's, I always assume he's Indian, but could be anything. And he comes to me in different ages, which is crazy. Like, I've seen him as like a 7-year-old boy, and then I've also seen him as like a 40-year-old man. I've never quite seen him older than about 40. But anyway, so he's standing in my living room, and he's in the same gown. And I say to him, I just like, I don't think I spoke. I just looked at him and thought, where are we going? And he like put his arms out like this. And I walked right into him. And when he hugged me, I looked at his chest, and it was Jeff's chest. Jeff has a chest that has marks on it from an operation. So I was like, wow, and I don't know the answer to this. Are they one and the same, or were they together? I have no idea. I have no idea. But if I pushed back and looked up, it was the Middle Eastern guy. So anyway, so I hugged his chest and I looked up at him and I was like confused, and he just like smiles down at me. And so the next thing I know, it's like a whirlwind. It's like we were on a ride. Can I tell you that? It was like all of a sudden the room like started spinning. My living room started spinning, and then through the spinning, we were like up and gone, and like I felt like I was in the air, but I wasn't sure if I was in the air. It was black and spinning, and what's crazy is while it's spinning, I can still feel my chakras spinning. So for a minute I thought, is this just like a hallucination from my chakras? Like, is this not real? And the minute I did that, I could feel him again, like I could feel his hand. And I think that he was like very much reading my mind. But anyway, so the next thing I know, we like kind of stopped spinning. I wasn't dizzy afterwards, but it was like my legs were shaking. And boom, down onto sand. And I don't know where we were. It was night and there was a huge moon. And I kept thinking, I wonder if this is where I was with the tent, when I flew over the tent. And if you don't know that one, I'll try to find it and link it. But I flew over this tent and saw him as a 7-year-old. I get the feeling this is like his life, or where he was. So boom, we're down on the sand. It's a beach. I can hear ocean. I cannot see it. I can see the moon. I can see the stars. And so when we landed, he kind of was gone, or if he was there, I couldn't see him. So I sat down on the beach and I was like looking up at the moon, and it did not look like our moon. It was like way more like yellow than our moon is, like kind of white. It was like this yellow kind of bile cast across it. And there were stars, but they seemed like so much farther away. And I was just like, where am I? Where am I? And from the side of me, I heard people talking. So I got up and I turned around and started walking towards the voices, but I could not find who was talking. It was so really crazy. So I came to like a cliff wall, and I'm like holding onto the cliff wall, like trying to hear through the cliff, like who was talking, muffled voices. Again, this is the second time that happened, by the way, because when I was in the house that I knew was mine, that one, there were muffled voices, and I couldn't understand what they were saying either. And so again, I'm trying to rationalize it. I'm trying to say to myself, that's the other side. Like, I'm on the other side. Wherever this is now in this time frame, I'm on the other side of it, and I'm hearing whatever somebody's saying. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm hearing them. So I'm trying to make out, I hear a woman's laughter. I can hear men, but I hear more like the high-pitched woman's laughter. And I'm like listening. I'm putting my ear against this rock wall-y kind of play thing. Anyway, and the tent and that wasn't there. So then I was like kind of like over it. So I was like, all right, let's move on. So I thought about where I'd want to go. I saw a video where you're supposed to ask, like, when you're in there, show me my best self. So I do that. I like go away from the wall, and I'm just looking around in this small area, because you really couldn't see. Like when I tell you, there was, even though there was a moon, very little light, and I could hear the ocean, but I wasn't even sure what direction it was in. It was like kind of a, not creepy, more like confusing. Like I felt muddled and befuddled, and like, where is all this? So anyway, so the minute I said, like, show me my highest self, that's what I said in my head. The Middle Eastern guy was back, and he's standing right in front of me, and I say to him, I don't know again if I spoke, I think I just thought it to him, but I say, can you show me my higher self? And he goes, And I'm like, but isn't that what I'm supposed to be doing? Because that's what I was thinking. Like, that's what the video said. You know, try and ask this question when you're with your spirit guides, because they're going to show you your higher self. So I said, isn't that what I'm supposed to be doing? And did he say it? I'm trying to remember if his lips moved. I almost feel like this was a conversation where neither one of us were really talking. We were just kind of mind melding or some bullshit. And, but what he said to me was, that's the path. And I was like, yeah, but aren't you supposed to, because like now I'm arguing, go figure. It's me. And I'm like, yeah, but I thought that's what I'm supposed to be doing, is like finding my highest self, my truest self. And again, I was like thinking back, I think it had a lot to do with what I talked to you about my creed and this and that. And he's like, no, what did he say? The journey is in the discovery. And I was like, are you Jeff? Because Jeff used to say that. And he just smiled at me. And again, we were like hugging and touching, and not in a sexual way, more like in a loving way. And all of a sudden, like, I was back through the swirly whirlies. And in my head, I could see like the colors swirling, like my chakras, and boom, back in bed. So I have no idea what any of this means. It left me with more questions than it did answers, but it was interesting. I'll give you that. It felt like I'm supposed to get something out of this. I guess I'm supposed to continue on my goals. I don't know, my studies, my journey. But that's also such a Jeff thing to say. He used to say the thrill. He didn't say the truth. He said, he would say to me, the thrill is in the discovery. And this was like the journey. And I just don't know. I can't even necessarily put to words exactly what he said, but that's what it was. And then I was like unsure of whether I was back in, you know, me. And I was like looking around, and I looked over at Piper, and she was asleep. And I was like, how do I make sure I'm back in my body? Because so many times, maybe it's because I'm getting old, but so many times now I'm like out of body, and I think I'm just walking around my house, and then I realize, oh shit, I'm out of body. And so I'm like, am I back? Similarly, am I back? And I was. So that was Saturday night, late Saturday night. Let me tell you what, late. And then I also had a really strange dream. I had a dream that Jeff and I were at a waterfall. And what's crazy is how much water is related in anything that I do. And it's crazy. And I want to live near water. Like, water draws me. Even though I'm an Aries and I'm a fire sign. I don't know. I'm a 0 degrees Aries, which is also a 30 degrees Pisces. So maybe it's the Pisces, but I don't feel very Pisces. Kind of act like an Aries. But anyway, so, yeah, so we were at this, like, waterfall together, but this was a dream. Like, I knew I wasn't traveling, and I said so. In my dream, I said to myself, this is a dream. Don't get crazy. Like, don't get crazy. But we were at this waterfall, and we were back in Montana, and we were at this waterfall, and he was like, come on in, let's swim. And I said, wait. And we were taking off our clothes, and I walked up to him, and I grabbed him around the chest, and I like looked at his chest because of the travel. I was like, oh, I just saw this. And I was like touching his chest. And I was like, that was the whole dream. But I mean, it was just like weird because I like infiltrated my dream with my travel. It was just strange. Anyway, that's all I got for you guys. I'm still a little, I'm like so much better, but I'm a little nasally. Yesterday, like I said, my allergies were killing me on top of the cold, but the cold's kind of gone away. I have a little bit of a scratchy throat, you know, you'll hear that. I have a little sinus pressure, but nothing much. Like, I'm much better. And I'm going back to work, and everything should go back to normal, and I will have that spell out for you soon. I got a couple, I've got 2 unboxings I got to do right away. I'm going to do those before the pie. We'll get that together. But anyway, I just wanted to say hi, I love you. I'm on my way to work. I am feeling a little better, like a lot better, but still not 100%. I mean, I'm old, guys, you know. That's life. Yeah, old beach. I love you guys. Bye.